let's jump into this together today. I'm thankful that you're with me. I love this series. I think it's off the chain. If you like it as much as I like it, we're going to have a lot of fun for the next 4 or 5 sermons. This month has 5 Sundays in it, so you get to hear me 5 times. How many times do you get to hear me? 5. Now, I love the fact that if you miss anything, you can catch it on demand. But I want to share from the topic, repeat it with me, please, say embracing the necessary disciplines. This is a series about Noah and the ark, the entire month. And the one thing about preaching that I think confuses people is they don't always know where you are. People are trying to figure it out. They're trying to go, well, you know, where are we? And what's the purpose of the message? Well, let me help you with that. For the year, I answered one question. And the reason I do that is because I just asked myself, what's the one thing I think they need to hear? In your family, what would that question be? One question. If you could sit down with everybody, you have one audience, and you could say, for this year, what I see is we need to be more forgiving. How do we forgive each other? How do we get past the bad moments? Whatever your question is. For me, as the pastor of this church, I felt I need to talk about how do you start over again. And there are a lot of layers as to why that's true. I'm 67. I feel that a little bit more than before. I can't be Pastor Rick forever. I told y'all I'm on a 9-year track. They're about 5 years to look at it again. And, you know, but I'm not going to stay forever. At some point, there'll be somebody. It won't be as handsome as me now. You know what I'm saying? But, okay, he might be a little bit. But we ain't going to tell him that. But anyway, I heard. But the point is, at the end of the day, when we get to that point, when we discuss that transition into a new leadership, I realized that you have to change everything. And at some point, the smart thing is to change everything early so that you can see yourself go and grow as you get to that place in your life where you realize that what we're doing now doesn't work. So how do you change everything? We did that already by changing our service schedules. First, second, third Sunday in the building, 9 o'clock and 11, fourth Sunday, Sabbath Sunday. A lot of pastors said, what's that? I said, that's called go home and watch it online and then rest or do whatever you want to do. It's all good. And then I found this incredible staff guy. He lives in Austin, Texas. His name is Kyron. Everybody say, hello, Kyron. He's probably watching. Hey, Kyron. Listen, Kyron is in Austin. He's a great numbers guy. And he partnered with, now the guy who used to do all of our numbers, he's here. But God's blessing him in so many ways. And he's saying, please don't. You want me to not say anything? Would you rather, Mr. Walker, would you rather me not say it? Well, stand up and give Brother Walker a big hand. He's amazing. Matter of fact, come up here. Come on up here. Come on up here. Come on up here. Come on up here. I know you hate this, but nobody cares. Matthew, grab that. Grab a microphone. Come on. But the reason I want you, because people online can't see you. And if I'm talking about somebody smart and great, he was our numbers guy for a long time, right? But your technical title has been
HR director.
HR director, but he just happened to be really smart. So he worked with numbers, and so I just want to honor you and thank you for what you're doing and for God's grace on your life. And now you see him. Some of y'all see him doing real estate now. He's evolved. See, I like evolution. I like when God blesses people. But he's still with us, still working with us part time. Give him a big hand. See, did I bother you much? I did good. You don't want to say anything else? No, nothing. Okay. All right. He can talk. Don't let him fool you. Anyway, I just want everybody online to see him. So, Kyron, we have this new way we're doing numbers. And in looking at our numbers, it's amazing that 17% of the people who watch us only watch us live. Only 17% watch us live. That 82 or 3% watch us on demand. They're not even hearing me talk about the offering or nothing. You heard me say nothing. That's bad grammar, but you get the point. Nothing. So what has to happen is God has to raise up a new way of thinking. We have to have a family that just gets it. You can't always ask and plead. And all. You have to just trust God. Can I get an amen, somebody? And so in looking at our numbers, then I found out that 5,000 plus of you will watch on Sunday or that week. You won't watch this sermon I'm preaching now. You go watch something in the library. I thought, what about the one I'm doing today? Don't you want to hear that? No, I'm going to go hear the one from last month. And so they go, eeny, meeny, miny, mo, here's a sermon, there I go. And they jump into whatever they want. They want freedom. Can you say freedom? No, you didn't say it loud enough. Come say freedom. And so I embrace it. I embrace it. And everything has to change. You change everything. And when you and so I have to embrace that. So the first part of the year, that's what I've been talking about for the first 6 months now. Embracing. But I've learned that in the second part of the year, I'm going to talk about believing. Because once you embrace, you tend to second guess yourself. Anybody know what I'm talking about? You pick a direction, you put your arms around it, you say you're going to school, you say you're going to start a business, you say you're going to retire, you say whatever you're going to say, and you have to embrace it, but then you got to believe this is the right decision. And so for the next part of the year, we're going to talk about believing. And I'm going to show you 4 or 5 people who had challenges with believing. Oh, my goodness. I'm going to show you a leper who had challenges. I'm going to show you some blind people who had challenges. Our next series is on blindness. And I'm telling you, embracing the future with confidence. But I start today by closing out this embracing part of the series with a story about Noah. Now, there are 5 different messages. So here we go. There are 5 lessons, 5 things we're going to learn from Noah's life. Number 1, the importance of hearing. You can't build anything if you can't hear. Can't change anything if you can't hear. And you got to hear not only easy messages, you got to hear hard messages. The message that God gave to Noah was going to kill everything. It's bad, it's horrible. What are you doing? I'm building an ark. Why? Because all y'all going to die. I mean, this is horrible. You know, this is the neighborhood talk. You seen that big old boat he's building? That thing is huge. I mean, it's a phenomenal story. As a matter of fact, for the sake of fun, let me go back and just tell you how big it was. It was 450 feet in length, 75 feet in width, 45 feet high. The estimated surface space, 216,000 square feet. 108,000 cubic feet of wood, 200 to 300 large cypress gopher trees were required, 4 to 6, I love this, 6 to 8 Home Depot's worth of lumber. Enough wood to build 65 to 80 modern homes. That's what this guy's doing. He's building this incredible thing. And he's this contractor guy who is amazing. If you were to put him in a professional context, he would be like a shipbuilder kind of guy. He would be a guy that was a preacher too. He preached about, this coming flood a little bit. And he was a construction manager. You had to pull together a lot of people, and you had to organize this whole thing to build it. You ought to go look up the Ark Encounter. If you have not done it, it's a $100 million replica of the Ark in Kentucky. Went to see it. It's phenomenal. It's the Ark, I'm telling you, it's worth the trip. Just go look at it online. It's the Ark Encounter. Everybody say, come on. The Ark Encounter. Go look it up. And then we're going to notice between his comments in Genesis chapter 6 through 2 Peter chapter 2, this incredible summation of his life. But there are 4 main things that we'll learn about him. Number 1, he was a person who could listen. Number 2, he had to have resources. He had to have the wood. He had to have the materials. And listen to me, this is really important. God didn't give him the money. God let him pay for it out of his own resources. Now hear that. He had to go and earn the wood, chop down the trees. He had to do that himself. I love the fact that God said, this is for your family. We're trying to save your family. So you need to build yourself an ark. I'll read the verse in a minute. Thirdly, he had to have the knowledge. He had to be able to hear God say there's a flood coming. He had to have the resources to build the ark. Then he had to have the knowledge how to put the wood together. Now, let me tell you right now, if I had to put it together, we all dead. I don't have the knowledge. I'm telling you, I said, no, hit that nail right there and hit that right there. Okay. Oh, that didn't work. I mean, I'm not good at that. But this was a knowledgeable guy. He wasn't a dumb guy. He's an architect level kind of person. Then he had to build teams because it took hundreds of people to put this together. So he had to pay them. Think about this is a major investment. Then you had to have a guy who was willing to leave, number 4, leave people. So number 1, he had to be able to hear. He had to have the resources. He had to have the knowledge. And then he had to, number 4, be willing to leave everybody. Some people will never, ever build the ark they need, build the protection they need, have the life they need, because they can't leave anybody. You're trying to take everybody with you. You've seen a lot of celebrities. They'll get really rich, take everybody with them, and lose all their money. In the sermon, I was going to call this, some people can't go with you to the next destination. Some of you can't make a transition. Fourthly, he had to be willing to lose everything. Imagine waking up after the flood and you don't have an aunt, an uncle, a cousin, a nephew, or nobody alive. Just your children and your daughter-in-law. Laws. That's it. Everybody's gone. And when I get to that sermon, I say that may be why he got drunk that day. I don't know. But there's something about in that moment, looking at your life and saying, am I willing? Am I willing to build myself an ark? Here we go. You ready? Here's what the Bible said. This is the account of Noah. This is chapter 6, verse 9, of Noah and his family. Noah was a righteous man, blameless among the people of his time. He walked faithfully with God. Noah had 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Now the earth was corrupt in God's sight and was full of violence. God saw how corrupt the earth had become, for all the people on earth had corrupted their ways. So God said to Noah, I am going to put an end to all people, for the earth is filled with violence because of them. I am surely going to destroy both them and the earth. So he make yourselves an ark of cypress. Make yourselves an ark of cypress, of wood. Make rooms in it and coat it with pitch inside and out. This is how you're to build it. Now I want you to notice, he's not going to give them a detailed summary. He's just going to give a general idea. The rest he has to fill in the blanks. This is how you are to build it. The ark is to be 300 cubits long, 50 cubits wide, 30 cubits in height. Make a roof for it, leaving below the roof and opening 1 cubit high all around. Put a door in the side of the ark and make lower, middle, and upper decks. Now, I want to say to you, that's not enough instructions for me to build you anything. That's a general idea. Watch this now. I'm going to bring flood waters, verse 17, on the earth to destroy all life under the heavens, every creature that has the breath of life in it. Everything on earth will perish, but I will establish my covenant with you, and you will enter the ark, you and your sons and your wife and your sons' wives with you. You are to bring into the ark 2 of all living creatures, male, females, and so on. There are about 7,000 animals, they estimate. Now, I want to say this to you. This is amazing. This is an amazing moment. And it's an amazing moment for a lot of reasons, because this is a call that required something. So I want to show you, first of all, Noah's a description of him that I thought was fascinating. Number 1, he walked with God before the flood. Say that with me, please. Come on. He walked with God before the flood. The topic of the message was, can you hear God before your flood? Hearing God before you're broke, before you're divorced, before you embarrass yourself, before you go to jail, I don't know what your flood is. I'll mention some of mine in a minute. But I want you, I got some. He did not walk like the people around him. That's the second thing about him. He didn't walk like the people around him. The people around him were corrupt, but he chose not to be like them. It takes so much courage to be different. Thirdly, I love the fact that he was told, all right, the earth is corrupt, but in verse 14, I want you to hear me clearly. Make yourself an ark. Say that with me, please. Come on. Make yourself an ark. He's hearing God, and I want you to hear this. He's not just hearing help other people. You're so good at helping other people, but not helping yourself. Make yourself an ark. This whole series is about you. Not your cousins, not your nephew, because he left all those people behind. Imagine his parents, if they were still living. You can't take everybody with you. No, there were no grandchildren at this time, but nobody got to go. Just him. Can you live in that reality for a moment? You're so focused on everybody else and everything else, you're not thinking about yourself. That's why you don't walk and exercise, take care of yourself, because you're so busy in the community, killing yourself. And they'll come to your funeral and oh, she was nice, he was nice, and that's it. Then they go eat some chicken at the repast. At some point, you need to understand the power of this moment, this advice. hear me. This is a conversation between me and you, Noah. I need you to build yourself an ark. Flood's coming. An economic flood. An emotional flood. I'll talk about mine in a minute. But there are all kinds of floods that can come in your life. But I love the fact that he said you need to make yourself an ark. And everybody can't go. Because he did that, listen carefully, he avoided the consequences of not hearing God. There is a consequence for not hearing God. And if you live long enough, you'll see people disobey God, and you will see the consequences of it. Some of the things happening in your family is a consequence. They've been disobeying God for how many years? They've been ignoring God for how many years? Every time I honor God in my giving, honest to God, every time I honor God in my giving, I think, thank you, Father, for being faithful to me. Why should God bless you? Give me the reason. Give me the reason. If you're not faithful, if you're not committed, if you're living outside of his will, you don't really care. That's a hard message, but that's why the flood was coming. The whole nation, the whole world was corrupt and nobody cared. There's no reason for God to bless you because there's nothing in it for him. Nothing. It's all about what we want us. Noah and his family, I love chapter 7, verse 1. This is painful. Went into the ark. The Lord said to Noah, go into the ark. Enough talking. Been building for about 80 years, depending on how you do the math. Because he didn't have having kids. He's not 500 years old. So when his kids came, they started working on the ark. And so for almost 80 to 100, some say 120 years, he's building this ark. But then chapter 7, verse 1, the day comes. Can you say that with me, please? Come on. The day comes, right? The day comes. Go into the ark, you and your whole family. Because I have found you righteous in this generation. There's a special blessing for people who do what's right. Ultimately, you see it. So Noah and his family and the animals all go into the ark, and then what's really powerful is the Lord closes the door. The Lord closes the door. And so you see this incredible moment where now it's all come true. Now, I've had floods in my life. I had moments in my life I know I can relate a little bit. I had debt floods, tension floods, insecurity floods, financial floods, age, feeling insecurity comes with age. Oh, man, I'm telling you. And I mean younger and older. I've seen it, sexual temptation floods, academic insecurity floods, fear floods, isolation floods. When you look around and there's nobody, it's just you. And learning how to live in a world for just you and no one else is in the house. No one else is going to come by. I'm going to have to entertain myself. That if only flood, that emotion that comes to your mind over and over again. If only, if only, if only, if only. I've been there. But here's the good part. Because he heard God, he avoided a lot of the consequences. And so can you. So the whole message today is simple. I need you to hear God. I don't know what God's saying to you. I don't know what God's been speaking to you about. I don't know, but I want you to hear God. And then I want you to know that next time we're going to come together, we're going to talk more about this because I want to dive into the financial part that he was required to put together. God told him what to do and did not give him a dime. He had to be entrepreneurial and go figure it out. I believe God can give you a call, but he also gives you a challenge. Can I get an amen, somebody?